Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K Rock and Metal channel today, and we are checking out Punks of the Empire. And I believe it's the song's called Rage. I don't think it's the other way around. I believe it is.
Yeah, I've got this on my calendar as well. They're not a punk band from what I know.
No, they're not, which is why it's very confusing. Don't know much more about them, but Punks of the Empire and Rage. We'll check it out and share our thoughts on it. Let's go.
No. Good start. Definitely not punks. Yeah.
I'm feeling like
Fucking Fear Factory playing thrash metal. Interesting how she's
going for punk rock. Vocal fucking death metal.
It's got a bit of Nola sludge metal to it as well. But with Fear Factory's
Yeah, it's definitely a good record.
well, this is interesting. There's your melodic chorus. Not the strongest, to be honest.
Two vocalists.
They're from Iceland. They're classed as groove metal metalcore.
Taste the biggest. I mean, that does remind me of like some that and then maybe a Victory.
Yeah.
Type tune. That feels like late 80s a Victory song.
It's all over the place. Headbang with Flash for the string as well. Not the most imaginative stuff on the fence. Probably not the next one.
Drum triggers.
Mine's still
Going around and keep them all on fire, I guess. This is different towns. This is and he's like, all these fuckers shut up.
It's not for you. Right. You don't deserve to be called metal band.
It's not. Now it's thrash.
It's so ambitious that I was doing, you know, like snarling rock voice rather than roaring, like screaming. It's like a what was Diamond?
Yeah.
No, that was that. The one before it, Damage Plan.
Yeah.
Listen to the guitar.
I like it. It does segue nicely to that riff.
See that?
What it is this has been a blend and he's called mental blend and he's just staying the same. He hasn't played the energy.
The thing is though, he has at least he's got a masculine voice and like those metal bands who sound like miners and angels.
You know, like he's projectable.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's
He's singing. He's like he's really playing out of his head.
It's quite a risky thing to do.
I mean, see it is pretty cool. He's jet lag multiple.
Guitar time.
Those bends.
Okay, that's it.
I actually went out long with those bends.
Yeah, I
That feels really like you could have done longer on those bends. You could have laid that real. Okay, there we go. Punks of the Empire, and the song is Rage. Andy, thoughts?
Well, Rage you can relate to as the title song. Lights went out by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the video stays on while we do this. But
Yeah, Punks of the Empire, I think we all agree is a terrible name. It certainly doesn't describe what the music's going to be like.
yeah, can't put punk in your song in your band title and then not do punk.
Well, yeah.
It just doesn't
Well,
make
you
sense.
have that band, the Eagles of Death Metal. They were a joke band, weren't they?
Yeah. Well,
Unfortunately.
this is what you start thinking.
Yeah.
You know, is it a joke band?
Yeah.
I mean, you can have anything of the Empire. But
Could have just been of the Empire.
Of the Empire.
Of the Empire would have been better.
City of the Empire, anything other than punks, because you're not. Anyway, I mean, like another video we've watched today, there's so many elements in there, and it's going in so many different directions. But some of them were really good, and some of them worked, and perhaps others didn't. I really like the look of the video, the setting and the lighting, and what's that effect, Dave, where there seems to be like taking every other frame out, and there's sort of almost like a jerky movement for the performers.
Yeah, we just take it's just low frame rate.
Yeah.
So we just do a frame rate.
So,
gonna do that.
so I use
I
that
was doing
sparingly
it for the
throughout the video,
silence.
and I thought that worked really well. There's some really good riffs in there, especially the sort of slower one, sort of halfway through. You know, you mentioned like you know, almost a Britchery, and that immediately followed by a sort of frantic thrash solo. But overall, the music was really good and really heavy. But I don't think his vocals suited it at all. I thought they were good vocals, but maybe not for this particular band or this particular song. Is almost, you know, nice, clean, sort of almost level melodic rock vocals, but it was, you know, the music was harder and heavier than that, and it didn't really suit. But again, it's one that if you really want to take it in, everything that was going on, you know, repeat views and repeat listens. But unlike some tracks from bands that are new to me, it doesn't immediately grab you. But you know, it's worth having a look at again, I think. But you know, strange almost outlook on the band. What are we going to portray ourselves as? How are we going to produce our music? And I don't think they've all, you know, they've maybe too many ideas thrown in one song again.
Yeah.
And perhaps you strip it back and go for a more sort of simplistic approach at times. But yeah, not bad. Terrible name though.
Kirk?
I think we agree on this, Dave. We were confused by that, and not just because they're from Iceland and they're called Punks of the Empire and they're playing a strange form of groove metal with technical elements and metalcore choruses. I don't know if I enjoyed it or not, because my brain is frazzled. I definitely did appreciate the Devin Townsend strapping young lad elements to it. That was far heavier than I was expecting. I mean, there were moments in that where the drop C guitar was so chunky, you know. I thought it was going to vibrate the table that we're watching on this laptop. What really intrigued me was how he'd used that husky rock and roll voice, even in the first verse, which was playing like high tempo thrash almost. And he's gone for, you know, we mentioned Damage Plan and what's that other band that Rex was in that we've covered on the channel?
King Hill, something.
Kill Devil Hill.
Yeah, they were using that type of vocals, even almost like a Nola sludge metal vibe to it, but you just did not know what was coming next. As you pointed out, you've got this weird obituary riff with reverse pitch bends, and then it goes into this headbanging thrash with an extended guitar solo. The chorus, you said he didn't lift his energy levels.
He just played it safe.
Do you know, it didn't actually offend me though, because normally with it, I would not call these metalcore. I don't know how they're being classified
Not
as
in this
that
track, no.
on Encyclopedia Metallum. I thought it was almost successful, that chorus. I say almost because, you know, it still had those elements of the ringing chords and the vocal lines you can't really hum, but
It almost went down a Doom element on that chorus, like a My Dying Bride kind of trying to keep it very somber.
probably like High on Fire. Maybe more High on Fire or even Grand Mega.
It just felt very somber rather than trying to put. There was a lack of passion in that delivery.
That was highly technical. I was not expecting that because they're called Punks of the Empire. I was like, oh, it's some kind of like joke band. Not at all. That was serious, technical prog metal, wasn't it? With like 17 different subgenres thrown in at once.
Well, this is the thing for me. Is you pulled out the Fear Factory element. We talked about Devin Townsend, so you can hear loads of different influences. Obituary, we had some classic thrash riffing in there.
Yeah.
The delivery was thrash at points. And normally when we do these videos, when we get together every couple of weeks and we go and review things, half the time we're sitting there going, oh, another generic metalcore man. This sounds very generic. Today, nothing has sounded generic, really.
No.
Well, maybe Dogma, that was a quite generic classic rock, but all the metal bands we've really covered, we were all sitting here going, they're just throwing everything in there and showing styles. And the only worry you have with that is that where metal's now become, where everyone goes, we can't do that way because it sounds standard, it sounds generic, so we've got to try and think outside the box, and we'll throw this element in, we'll throw this element in, and then it becomes a case of you throw too many things in then it just becomes a bit of a mess. Then you can't really lock in on it. Maybe it's a case of throwing one new element in to give you some sort of side of it that'll work. Because every element I liked in that band, apart from the chorus vocals, I just felt were just a bit lacking passion.
He needed to raise his game there, you think?
It just felt it's meant to be the point, which is meant to uplift you. Your energy level as a listener needs to come up at that point, because everything else drops down. So vocally, it has to fill that space, and it didn't. It just kind of plodded along. All your high energy parts were all in your verses. That's where your energy was going on. Solo, I do think the solo was a little bit of a wasted opportunity. It lacked a soul. It was just very technical, kind of, we're going to just shred this solo. I don't know if you could have put a bit more.
Probably wasn't even that technical, was it? I think he just very much just doing tremolos and.
Yeah, I mean, it was fast, it was nice and everything, but it just didn't leave. There are certain solos that you hear that you can almost hum along to.
Yeah,
you know where you can listen to them, and certain bands make some Megadeth solos like Tornado of Souls. You know where that's going.
Definitely.
This is not a Tornado of Soul solo. This is just a space. It's almost like they did a space filler on the album and just left it on, and didn't bother going back to re-record it. But a really interesting band. It's just a very eclectic feel.
I would say these would be good supporting Avatar. You know, a band like that. They're good and well.
It's a very interesting overall format, though. Anyway, there we go. Punks of the Empire. Now, if you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.